Hello kids and welcome back to part 3. Yes, I mean the YouTube thing is wonderful in so many ways, but there's also the limitation of a 10-minute video, which is about, in my case, 9.5 minutes too long. But I said I was going to show you the fucking song, or the freaking song, or the wonderful song that I've been mixing for far too long, but it's done. And I was talking about a swing set that I recorded with my cell phone, and then... Well, no, I didn't. I was supposed to show you... Ah, yes, here we go. The next sound that I'm going to show you is generated by the Electro-Harmonics voice box. It's the future of all boxes with a voice. It is the voice box. And I borrowed this from my local music store the other day to just check it out because I thought it might be interesting. And yeah, what you do is that you take your lead vocal and you go in one channel, and then you put in like a organ or a keyboard or something, or an acoustic guitar that has the chords for the song. And then the machine figures out the vocal harmonies that you can use for the track, sort of. And it would have been kind of amazing if it worked, but I wasn't too impressed with it, but maybe I'm a klutz when it comes to that stuff. But what I did use was something called unison and whistle, which means that the machine figures out what melody the singer is singing, and then makes it into a sine wave with a bit of vibrato, like someone whistling. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, because the sound doesn't necessarily make all that much sense. Here we go. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Here we go. Yeah. Wasn't that just pure sonic magic right there? Well, this is the kind of thing which happens to me a lot. An instrument can actually trigger an idea or push stuff in a different direction. In this case, I would never have imagined having someone whistling the melody on top of it or having it played on a synthesizer. And it's buried very low in the mix, so you can't hear it anyway, but it just gives it a higher edge and a bit of framing. And I used it. So, now you know, I use the Electro-Harmonics voice box on everything from now on. So, yeah, I don't think I'm buying it. But don't tell anyone. Alright, the next sound is, of course, the reverse guitar. And when I record stuff, well, I don't have to explain this. I felt that the second verse needed another texture, and I wanted something that would be kind of glistening and sparky, and once again, I don't need anything with loads of notes or anything, because you've got the glockenspiegels and the xylophones doing all of that. Just wanted something that would be higher and would be up there and doing something nice. And I ended up, instead of that, I ended up with this. If I'm lucky. The right one? I'm really sorry that I have to see this because it's all... That great? Well, I thought it was great anyway. That's an electric guitar, probably my little flea market friend over there, going through the sonic alienator and going through a Boss loop station, turning it backwards, and then possibly through a delay of some sort. I mean, it was at least 3 days ago. I have no idea how I did it. Sort of. Oh, and it's going through a whammy pedal, of course. Yeah. Yeah, this is... Okay, we'll just move on. We'll just move on into the next sound, yeah. And on channel 18, we have... Oh, yes. Yes, this was... I did this today, so I actually remember what I did. I used the gated drums, and I pulled them through a pedal. Yes. And this is one of my... Like one of those pedals that I just read about and online, and I just went, I need one. And it's the Rock and Roll Workshop VC00003. And this is a Halloween mask voice changer chip that they turn into a stomp box. So they probably paid like $2 for it. And then they sold it to me for $150 or $250 or something. And in the end, everyone was happy because I'm really pleased with it. And I don't really feel ripped off because I would never come up with the idea and I would never do it. So, yeah. So if you're building weird shit and you want to try to sell it to me, you're very, very welcome. Yes! And it sounds like a weird power station that's kind of drumming along in a happy way. Yeah, and the next thing is the swing set that I was talking about earlier. And it's a swing set that I record with my cell phone and then just mixed into the outro section. Kind of scary, but it works. And then for the choruses, or just generally throughout the song, I want to have a reverb that matched the time period that I was trying to mimic. So I used the MIDI Verb 2 on the vocals, and it's going through an EQ, a Boss Stomp Box EQ, and then that through a compressor, and sounds something like... I can't be sorry, why must I try? Yes. And the idea with that was to create almost like a distorted sheen on it that would like make it grittier and cut through. And it does. Then on the end section, I want to have yet another sound that would be more futuristic in that old futuristic way. So I used my Flame MIDI talking synth over here, which is a very good random noise maker. I haven't really like explored it fully, but I use it now and then. And at the end, it sounds a bit like a modem or really bad drugs. Yes, and that is also a sound friend of the Utopia synth, which I recorded a thing with, that sounds like this. Which is obviously a sound friend to the Fuzz Factory over here. And then the flame synth. And then I sold out in the choruses. So the last channel is... Hey, shut up. Here we go. A crash cymbal. Yeah. I need something bright to cheer me up. So there you go. This is what's going on. I don't know how many channels there is, but it's probably around 40, 42, 43. And if you want to hear how it all sounds together, buy the album. Yeah. Great, thank you. That's the end. No more parts of anything. See you soon.